Black men do not find black women with natural hair, especially 4C hair, attractive. Let's talk about it. A couple of weeks back, this video from lip gloss was shaking the online black community. Before this whole episode of our video going viral on how black women with natural hair, 4C hair especially, that is not manipulated and not seen as attractive by black men, went viral.
Hey y'all, it's day 3 wearing my natural hair fully shrunken. So let me tell you how I've been feeling. I do feel like other people find me less attractive, but I really had to think, when these lame choose to only uplift black girls in wigs and makeup, they really are doing a disservice. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about what that's going to do to your self-confidence, what that's going to do to your edges, what that's going to do to you as a person. And it's time for me to let those type of people go and find people who truly like me, you know, my real true self. I cannot believe how hard they make it in society as a black girl to just like your regular self. You know, the whites is getting up, splashing water on their face and leaving the house. God forbid a black girl do the same thing. I've had a few comments saying I look like so-and-so grown-ass woman. I guess all black girls look like grown women then, because that's what you look like if I take them braids and the makeup. Twin. Anyways, make sure you're not dragging people down with your insecurity. And I hope more people do this, because the more black girls to do it, the more easy it's gonna be, you know what I mean? But yeah, bye y'all.
I've been watching her content on TikTok a lot, even here on YouTube. And I think she's a very interesting person, someone who is very introspective, and she's funny. I like her sense of humor. I always watch her content and I find myself just smiling while I watch the content. She comes across as a person who is very self-aware, and I like people like that. When this attack on her person for stating her opinion happened, I was very confident that they would not break her. You won't break her soul. Her content gets you to think. It gives you an insight of her life as a young black woman in this society. Her sharing her journey online is not pretentious. You cannot consistently watch her videos and not have some of those confidence rub off on you. People take for granted the effect that the content you consume online can have on you. We say it is just social media, but is it really just social media? I appreciate the fact that a lot of young black women are coming out to tell their stories, coming out to share their lived experiences, because I feel like if you do not come out to tell your story, who will? And if other people tell your story for you, they may not tell your story accurately. So whenever I see a young black woman sharing her experiences online, I'm always grateful for those sets of people who are giving black voices and expression online. And this content that they post, I am sure would bring about positive change in the lives of other young black women who are just coming of age and coming into themselves. I'm telling you that social media is very powerful. I was a very confident child growing up. I loved everything about myself. I walked around as the most beautiful child. But when I started watching Dr. 90210 in my early teens, I was watching that show religiously. The show is set in Beverly Hills, where doctors show the plastic surgeries they carry out on their patients to make them look fabulous. And plastic surgery was glamorized by that show. From consuming that show so much in my early teens, I began to feel that there was something wrong. Today I would see my arms and feel like, oh, there's something wrong with my arms, there's something wrong with my body. Like, I just started picking out flaws in my body that were not there before. I mean, I got my first shapewear when I was just 14. That show really got into my head. I was just 14, I was still growing, I was still developing into a young woman. But I felt like I needed to attain some type of bodily perfection for me to be viewed as beautiful. And my young gullible self fell for that. Another thing that show made me hate about myself was my nose. This nose, I hated my nose so much growing up. It was so bad to the point that in my early teens, I did not like taking pictures because I was always conscious about my nose. Because in that show, people would come and talk about how they don't like their nose, and then they would fix their nose and give them really slim and pointy nose. For me to feel beautiful, I needed to have slim, pointy nose. And one of my goals growing up was I could not wait to become older so that I'll have money. And when I have money, I'm gonna fix my nose so that I can look beautiful. I carried this weight for so long. This weight of feeling unattractive in my formative years. I carried that weight for so long. And even when I stopped watching that show, that feeling of unattractiveness was still there. What is funny is it was another plastic surgery show that got me out of that headspace. This one is called Botched. In that show, they show you different people who have had various procedures done, and how that left them botched. You see people go for a tummy tuck and they come out with some form of deformity and all of that, and when they have those deformities, it leaves them in a worse situation than they were when they felt the need that they should get a plastic surgery. And when they find themselves in that botched situation, most people wish that they were back to their old self, the old self that they hated that made them get the surgery in the first place. It was then I was like, hold up, is this not what you want? I was like, yeah, this is what I want, but I also want to breathe very well. It was from there I started shedding all of that weight of thinking some parts of my body are not attractive. And this is how I've been able to build my confidence in my physical features. You do not just build confidence in your beauty in a day or two, because the damage was done to your mind over a long period of time. So it will take you a lot of time to build that confidence. And even when I was telling myself that I'm beautiful, my nose is perfect, it fits my face and all of that, aside acknowledging that various parts of my body is beautiful, one other way I was able to build my confidence, because there are some days you will tell yourself you're beautiful and you won't believe it. One of the ways I was able to build my confidence was to appreciate each part of my body for its function. I would look at my nose and be like, oh, my nose is beautiful. And when I don't believe it, I'll be like, my nose allows me to breathe. My lips are beautiful. And if I don't believe it, I'll be like, with these lips, I'm able to open my mouth to eat the good food that I like. That's one way I've been able to build my confidence, where I appreciate my body not just for the way it looks, but for the function it performs. And I'm telling you, that has just been a great mind shift for me. So you see how the content that we consume online on various social media platforms and traditional media outlets, how they can affect us positively or negatively. And this is why I always say follow creators that look like you, follow creators who have similar lived experience as you, follow creators whose value you align with. By doing so, you're able to have a positive impact on your person and your journey to discovering yourself and who you intend to be. This is my greatest motivation for doing what I do, for creating videos and putting them online. I want to educate, I want to share my experiences when it comes to beauty and natural hair, because I know how impactful my work can be. And even if it is just one person that sees my video and they experience a mindset shift, just know that I will sleep at night knowing that my work is done. I want people to watch my videos and be excited about wearing their natural hair, because I understand the pressure that some people get from the people around them just by wearing their natural hair. I've experienced that a couple of times. Whenever I wear my natural hair out, shrunken, unmanipulated, I always get a negative feedback from people who try to take jabs at my look. I had a superior at work tell me to fix my hair when I wore it out in a fro. And it is so funny that in this age and time, you would think that people would experience all of this less. But here we are having people who are like us, people who have kinky hair like us, talk down on us whenever we try to wear our natural hair out. And you know what? I am grateful that I am no longer that gullible teenager, because if it was that gullible teenager experiencing some of the things I've experienced when it comes to wearing my natural hair out, I am sure that she would have given in, she would have been devastated. But I'm no longer that person who has no sense of self. I am very confident in my appearance. When people see me with my natural hair and they say that I don't present myself as a big girl, I don't even know what that means. Like, it does not faze me. And that is why I'm putting all of this content out, because that teenager who would have done anything to be physically appealing to the eyes of people is no longer here. She went through all of that for this woman who is confident in herself and in her appearance to be here to talk to you and share my story. And I hope that as you listen to my story, it is able to help you navigate life as a young black woman. There's another part to this conversation, so you should definitely check this video out for a continuation of this conversation.